Hey there, it's Sean over here at Revelation Video Productions with our next series of product reviews for DSL filmmakers. We're talking today about the Fotasy Mattebox. Hopefully you're joining us from the link from the review on the Optica X Cage. Now, why would you need the Mattebox? Well, one of the reasons is you want to make it look better. You know, your rig setup. This does look pretty cool. And it does give you a more professional appearance when you're going out to a job assignment. Another reason is if you're outside and it's a really sunny day, it's bright out, this is going to help reduce the sun glares. Also, you have filters. They're 4x4 filters. If you're having a hard time finding those, or they're too expensive, which the glass ones, if you're lucky, you might be able to find one for $45. They also make a plastic resin one, which I do have. I'm going to show you in a moment. That was under $10, and it works pretty well. You can always use the filter on your lenses too. You don't have to use the 4x4 filters. It's just a lot more convenient to do it that way. So let's see some of the features, and I'm also going to tell you some of the cons about this Mattebox. Now, one of the reasons why I went with this particular Mattebox was that it had the swinging door. So what does that mean? That means that the front swings away and you have easy access to your lenses to switch them out. Now, if you notice, I did talk about this in the earlier about the X Cage, is if you notice the follow focus and how close it is here, it's basically touching. But you can take all of this off if you'd like. We're not going to get too much into that. But this was one of the reasons why I bought this Mattebox, because it's the swing away door like that. You have a screw on the other side. All you do is you tighten that down and you're all set. Another reason I bought this, it had two filter trays, not just one. And one of them rotated. So if you had a neutral density filter and you wanted to rotate it to bring out different colors of the outdoors, maybe you want to accentuate the blues in the sky. Sometimes by rotating it helps take out the whites in the clouds and brings out the blues in the skies. And I'm hoping I can find that sample I did this summer where I put the filter in. So that's amazing, the slight difference. A little filter will make a big difference. That's what I meant to say. All right. Now, another thing is you get these barn doors and the French flag. These are made out of like aluminum. This is a hard plastic. Some of the things I like these screws, so you can raise these up and down. The doors open and close. Now, what are some of the cons? I noticed right away. Right in here, you have to actually tighten them with a hex head, an Allen wrench. In fact, it's this one right here. They do get loose real easy. And you might say, well, that's not that much of an inconvenience, but when you're trying to do so many different things, it's just another thing. And then if you move these away and the French flag gets loose, it'll just slam down. The little screws up on top, they get loose, and then all of a sudden either the barn doors come off, or things get loose. This is one of the lower price Matteboxes at $130, and it's more of a professional one. I've seen the ones that are like, $18. I wouldn't even really call those Matteboxes. So let's open this back up again. Let's give you a few different views of the Mattebox too. So here is how it looks straight on. As you can see, I've got the filter in there. Another question you might have, let me just move to the other side. You might say, does the Mattebox move up and down to make adjustments to the height level of your camera and your lens? And this one does. And thankfully it does. I have it just about at the setting, at the highest setting, but if you had a different configuration, you could make adjustments. I'm actually going to pull the Mattebox out just a little bit. Now, unfortunately I can't turn it this way, but there are there's like two little screws here, and you just loosen them up, and as you can see, the Mattebox dropped, and then you can raise it. And that's as high as it'll go. I kind of need it in between. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it steady while making adjustments. Some of the other drawbacks is where they cut corners. Like some of these blue screws over here, these are metal. This one over here is plastic. These over here are plastic. The one in the bottom to keep it tight between the rods is plastic. So those are some drawbacks. One last thing that you're going to find out really fast is around the edges here, it's kind of sharp, and then there's going to be times when either the wind or yourself, you move it, and because there's no protection here, you're going to scrape right up against. I don't know if you can see it, but I do have scratch marks already on it. I haven't used it a ton, but if they had put some like rubber or plastic moldings around the edges, not necessarily on the bottom, but just the tops, like say right here to here, and then along the top here on the French flag. And then I am going to show you one last thing, and we'll be all set with this review. Let's loosen this back up again. Now here's one of your filter trays. The filter tray is very cheap. It's a very cheap plastic, and so is my filter. This is a resin plastic. I believe I got it for about $8, but it does work very well outside. It's going to help you on those break days. One of the things it's going to do is it's going to help bring out the blues in the skies. It takes out the whites, so that's a very nice feature. In my opinion, if you're looking to get a fairly entry-level Mattebox, this would be a decent one to get. All right, let me get that back in there. There we go. It is $130. I was just looking at some of them today. I actually saw a Mattebox that was $1,700. So this is a good entry-level Mattebox. If you take care of it, it should last a long time. This is not something that when you take it off your rig, you just throw it in the car or something. You got to be a little gentle with it and take care of your product, and it should last. So this is Sean with Revelation Video Productions. This is my product review on the Fotasy Mattebox. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up, and you can also follow us on Facebook. See you next time.